We are the nation's most exciting brand of basketball. I say this, and it's our hashtag, but I say it every time I speak that we're like no other.
Do you think the ABA's first team could take on the G League's first team and win the game?
Rise up, show up, do what you came to do. Do it right, do it well. That's the standard we pursue. Boss conversations, let's go.
What's good, everybody? This is your boy, Kyle Vern, and welcome to another episode of Boss Conversations. I have with me here somebody I've been knowing for a long time, and quite honestly, it's very possible. It's very possible he may have known me before I fully knew myself. He he is the ABA, which is the American Basketball Association president. He is a close friend of our family. He is Mr. Damon Cannon. Brother, what's going on with you?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I am
Yes.
doing well, sir. I'm doing well.
Awesome.
So, man, we've come a long way. I don't know how we got here, but we here anyhow.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me who you are, what you do, and we'll start from there.
So I have about 17 jobs. The job that's top of mind tonight is I'm the president of the American Basketball Association, and I still operate three teams in the ABA: the St. Louis Spirits of St. Louis, Missouri, the Missouri Capitals I'm repping tonight, and they're from Columbia, Missouri, and then the River City Gamblers out of Belleville, Illinois. And then, of course, we have our women's ABA team, the Midwest Sound in St. Louis, Missouri. So I'm busy. I got a lot going on.
Yeah. So I'm actually shocked that we made it. So
Yes.
it is what it is, but I definitely do appreciate the time. So if you don't mind, kind of tell me, or tell us rather, how you even got into the ABA business.
Well, as you know, I was a football guy. And, my life love was football. I love all sports. The one sport that I never played was organized basketball. But I've always been a fan of basketball. And my heart's desire was to create opportunities for people in minor league sports, not amateur sports, not AAU, but recognizing that we weren't necessarily the NBA. So what do we do for the people who needed an opportunity, that were talented, that there's just limited platform available for them to compete at a high level? And I went out searching and found the ABA website, reached out to Mr. Newman. 5 minutes later, he called me back and was excited about how much he wanted to have a team back in St. Louis. Days later, I was at the league meeting, and he didn't know that I had secretly been at a league meeting before. But I was kind of hiding in the corner checking things out. But at this time, I was ready to move, and we had him at the meeting. And days later, I was in that league and didn't know what I was doing. This was a classic case of my God shall supply all of your needs, because I was a football guy. I wasn't connected with the basketball community. One of my coaches, my head coach at that time, was a former football teammate of mine, who also played basketball, but he came on. That was Dave Strode, and took a chance on me and some others that were willing to come out. And we built this team that was the St. Louis Spirits. And I shouldn't even say we. God built this team that was the St. Louis Spirits, and he sent the people and put together a team that in 2 seasons lost 3 games. So you go figure that out. They were a great lightning in a bottle of great guys on and off the court that helped launch our organization. and
Mm.
we had some good people that came to help us off the court. That I never would have made it. I tell them still, we never would be where we are as a league, as a team, or otherwise if it wasn't for them. But they helped us to propel the St. Louis Spirits and our sister teams to being a national brand and one of the leading organizations in the ABA now.
That's so dope, man.
Yeah, crazy.
So, Mr. Newman, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was wasn't he the original founder of the Pacers?
He was a part of the Pacers organization. He didn't
Okay.
found it,
Oh, okay.
but he was definitely heavily involved in the Pacers organization and the original ABA. And he and Dick came back later on around 1999, and they had a coffee meeting and discussed what do we do if we just bring the ABA back. And
Mm,
they got the licensing agreement from the NBA and launched the ABA in 2000 with 8 teams.
mm,
And there was only 7 teams, and part of the NBA agreement was that we had to have 8 teams. So Mr. Newman actually went and formed the 8th team just so they could stay in compliance with the licensing agreement. And to,
mm.
to think that he started from there with 7 and a possible if we were playing spades,
Yes,
and
sir.
he went from 7 and a possible to now we have over 100 active teams in the United States alone, not counting our international affiliates, which is just crazy. So
Man.
fantastic. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary, and in 25 years, to first of all last 25 years, is a huge credit to him and his leadership and the
Mhm.
teams that make up this league. But then to be the largest professional sports league in America over that time is just crazy by
Yeah,
all means.
that's very crazy. 25 years doing anything is a long time to do anything.
Right, right, right. You
So
you
that's
almost 25 now, right? You said.
nah. I'm we're not even gonna talk about that. I am 40 plus. I am
Woo!
40 plus. Yeah, I'm getting up there, man. But
Yes,
you
sir.
know, all is well.
It's good to
Um,
get up there. Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So, with the ABA now being the largest sports league in America,
Yes.
what do you think is the major difference between the ABA and the NBA?
Well, I say this, and it's our hashtag, but I say it every time I speak that we're like no other.
Mm,
Uh, Even the NBA gets the benefit of huge TV money.
mm,
Their TV contracts alone are the single most significant reason why they have the league-wide success that they have. And that is one of the primary differences between that league and our league. The talent that we have, the people that we have that are hungry, that are still getting it and jumping on the floor and fighting to go overseas. And every once in a while, we get a player that gets a cup of coffee in the NBA and they don't disappoint, you know.
that's dope.
But the primary difference is just the national marketing and presence from TV and media,
Mm,
that we are actually working on now. Now, when we close, I didn't say if, but when we close this national media package, then we're going to be unstoppable because we are the nation's most exciting brand of basketball. I mean,
mm,
everybody that thinks that the NBA is great, it's only, and no shade on the NBA, but all they have to do is come to one of our games. And when they see the 3D light going off and they see people actually playing defense and full court press and the excitement of what's going on in the ABA game, and people don't even know what's going on, but they're up and screaming 3D and jumping and and everything. You leave out of there with your heart racing and excited and saying, when am I going to go to the next game? So yeah, when we get this TV deal, watch out for us.
man, that's awesome. I can't wait for the
Yes,
deal to come to pass, man.
yes,
For
sir.
sure. So basically, a lot of things that's going on now, especially in media. they're doing a lot of behind the scenes things and different programming that is really specializing like a day in the life of, whatever the case may be. So what is the day in the life of a ABA president like?
Um, Frightening question.
Well, I mean,
It's like
okay, so let
it's
me,
like no
because I
other.
understand
It's
you got
like,
like 7 teams too.
it's
So yeah,
yeah,
we gotta, yeah, but
yeah.
go ahead.
It's a day like no other. I mean, we have, like I said a moment ago, we have over 100 teams nationwide, and we have a diversified ownership base, uh, from people that are ordinary people. So
Hmm.
many of our owners still have jobs.
Mm,
Some of them are independently wealthy, but most of them still have a career doing something else, and
mm,
they invest in basketball. They invest in the careers of others. And so every day we have a unique situation as we're developing and working on things that are going from coast to coast. I might have to deal with wildfires and a blizzard in the same day.
mm,
Uh, I mean, figure that out, and a
yeah.
flood and the
Yeah,
flood, right? You
man,
know about that. And
absolutely.
we're dealing with players, and our players, most of them are professionally something else. They're
Mm,
pro basketball players, but they also have full-time jobs doing something else. They're also still in school. They're also starting families. And so it's a wild dynamic of people that are dealing with so many different challenges, but they love this game.
yeah.
And so every day for the president is different. I have four outstanding regional directors and their assistants, and there's no way I could make it work without them. But they are touching those teams and their communities every day. And I think that's what's really distinguishing between us, because everybody can't access an NBA team.
True.
Even if you're an NBA fan, if you're a Rockets fan, that doesn't mean that you could just walk up and go get Kaminga and say, "Hey, let's go have lunch," or
Absolutely.
come to my school and read a book.
Yeah.
But these are people that are in the community, that are tangible, that people can come and take a picture with and shake their hands, and they know them. They live in their neighborhoods. They play in the gyms where they are at, and you don't need a ticket to actually connect with them, and
Yeah.
that makes a big impact.
Absolutely. So you were talking about impact. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, or a couple of days ago, rather, about the
Mhm,
things that you do off the court. Just kind of
mhm.
wanted to know if you could share a little bit about that, because it's not just about what happens on the court, but also what happens in the community. So just to kind of shed some light on what you all do in the community as well.
Well, as a league, one of our core principles is community engagement. Um, we're not here just because we're stars and we take a great picture. We're here because we want to change the community around us. So
Hmm.
let's keep it real. Some of these guys are here because they needed a chance. They needed an opportunity. They needed a second chance and a platform to continue their career, because maybe things didn't work out for them in college, or maybe they didn't get drafted like they thought, and now they're in a strategic position to go back and touch the little G's in the neighborhood, and the YNs, they say, and they can go and be tangible and get
Mm,
in their face and say, "Hey, this is what you really need to do." And so you find that each of our teams in different areas, they have different initiatives, but they connect with local community organizations.
hmm.
So whether that be the Urban League or Salvation Army or cancer initiatives or fatherhood initiatives, you'll find that all of those things are prominent from city to city, that meet the needs of the city, that our teams are front and center, and we're finding ways to help those organizations thrive. It's one thing to come see the basketball game, but when the game is over, how do we change that community?
Right.
In St. Louis, we have an initiative for young men reading. And some of our players are actually going to elementary schools to just sit down and read a book.
Mm,
And I hate to say it this way, but we're reading a book to so many kids that don't have a dad.
mm,
They don't even have a dad that's there, let alone is he reading to them.
mm,
And so the presence of a young man who happens to be a basketball star taking the time out to come to your school and sit down and say, I do not eat green eggs and ham, is life changing for so many of those kids. And even my daughter is a fan of our league, of course. And it's funny because I pick on her because I say, "Who's your favorite team?" And she says her favorite team is the Indiana Lions. And I remind her, I said, "You do know I don't own the Indiana Lions, right?" And we come around and she said, "Who do you play this week?" I say, "We play the Lions." She said, "Oh, y'all gonna lose." I was like, it's
oh
not good
man.
if we lose, you know. But she is a fan of a team that's 300 miles away,
Mm,
because even though they're 300 miles away, when they come to St. Louis or when we go to Indianapolis, they're tangible. She knows them. She can point them out, and if this person is playing, y'all not gonna win, and all of that, and that's just huge. That makes the biggest difference
mm-hmm.
for our community and for the young people that are coming along behind us.
Man, yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to work on that for a little bit though. That's
yeah. I mean, you got to straighten her out. I don't know.
yeah, that's a cold world, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is what it is. So as you were talking about the challenges, well, not even the
Mhm.
challenges, but you were talking about one of the biggest things that differentiate you from the NBA, as far as the ABA from the ABA, is the national media presence. Is that the biggest challenge, or is there any other challenges that you all face currently as a league?
As a league, I'll say, yeah, that's the biggest one.
Okay.
Uh, our owners, and maybe a little bit on the league, but our owners really need the financial support that goes along with it, of national sponsorships and endorsements and the merchandise and those deals, because it allows them to be more competitive with in the marketplace. On the
Mm-hmm.
court, no big deal. But to just the branding and the identity and the reach that goes along with saying Nike is the official uniform supplier of the St. Louis Spirits, and you can walk into your Dick's Sporting Goods or what have you, and pick up your St. Louis Spirits gear. So that's probably next level for our local teams,
Mm,
along with the presence of that national media, is the national merchandising and partnerships. For any
gotcha.
national partners out there, you get in touch with me because we're ready to launch your brand until the millennium too. So let's go.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
and it's like that. It's like
Yes.
that. So, speaking of different opportunities for the different owners of the ABA or owners of the teams in the ABA, what other opportunities do this actually present to the players that's actually in the league as well?
Well, we give our players, first of all and foremost, a real opportunity to compete on a national level at a high level of competition.
Mm,
uh, to know that you can travel from Houston to Michigan to New York to California and everywhere in between, and find the best talent at our level competing in one league is
mm,
huge.
true.
And with our structure, our stats, our promotions department that identifies those top players, and it gives them a real platform to say, look, this is me playing against top competition, not just the guy that's looks like me and you in the YMCA. Of course they look good, but when they're playing against top talent, and they're doing it week to week, and they're able to showcase who they are, that's one of the best things that we do. And as a result of that, we launch people into other highly paid contracts, whether that be an NBA, G League, or whether that be overseas into some other opportunities or even some local leagues here. We create
Mhm.
that opportunity for them with what we do week to week. And so that's the biggest impact that we have on the lives of the players. The second one is probably more substantial because some of our players, if they didn't have basketball, they'd be doing something else. And the something else is not always good.
True.
Uh, and so we give them an alternative outlet where they can come in and play and get that energy off rather than be in the streets, rather than be in jail, rather than do some of the other things that may happen. And that's just a reality for some of our players is that if they didn't have this place where they could be constructive, that they might go and get involved in some other destructive behaviors. So those are
Mm.
our top two things.
Man, and those are great things to really build upon. So that's awesome that you all do provide that place for them to be able to express themselves outside of doing something that they should not be doing. And that's so
Absolutely.
important. That's so important. So tell me about the fan experience of the ABA because I know you were mentioning like the 3D ball, and I went to a few of them, went to a few games down here, here in Houston, and it was like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But when we walked in, me and my wife went, and I was like, man, this game is it's kind of tense in here. But I love
Yes.
it. I'm a
Yes.
ball fan, so I was like, yo, this kind of tense. I like it. So
Yes.
just kind of
It's like
express, or yeah, go ahead.
it's like playing your high school rival every week.
Yeah,
I mean, when you get in there, depending on where you are, you're gonna see people from across the state or across the region that are rivals that you may have won or lost against last game or last year, and it gets intense. Professional but intense. Uh, and
hmm
they constantly are in high scoring games. I mean, there's nothing for us to score 150 points a game.
yeah,
That's like an average ABA game.
yeah,
And the misleading part is that they think, oh, they're not playing defense. Actually, it's the opposite. They're playing crazy defense and they're scoring a lot off of turnovers and the high energy of the game. I mean, we're in games and it's the fourth period and 2 minutes left in the game and a team is down 12. And we're saying, that's still not enough. That's not
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
And they lose games in that time. And we
yeah,
just came back from our championship weekend, and in the championship game, I mean, you had a outstanding Buffalo team that's been dominant. We're not talking about anybody that's a flake. They've been dominant all year, and the game just got away from them in the last minute.
yeah,
And with seconds left, literally seconds left, I think the Austin team took the lead, and they got a chance for the last shot, but that was it.
yeah,
And those that's not an epic game. That's normal for us.
yeah.
The
And
epic
I ain't
game
gonna
is
lie.
when they make the shots.
Yeah, I was a little not disappointed. I was like, okay, because I couldn't watch the game live. And
Uh-huh.
I was telling my wife, I was like, man, I think Buffalo gonna take it.
Yeah,
So I was following your page, and I was like, wait a minute, he said Austin won. Oh, wait a
right.
minute, what
But all
happened?
day long, Buffalo's leading. Buffalo's
Buffalo was
leading.
leading.
Buffalo's
Yeah,
leading. Yeah, Buffalo's leading by 10. Buffalo's leading by double digits. And then you lose. I mean, and that's an
yeah,
ABA game.
man.
That's an ABA game.
Yeah, they are very good. They are very exciting and very I say the word tense, but that's the only way I
Yeah,
can think of at this moment because it's
yeah,
really it's really deep. But
it is.
I like ball, so anytime you have and you really nailed it on the noggin, like it's like a high school rivalry game. It's
Yes.
really what it's like. So
Yeah.
definitely a good product. Definitely a good product. So
Thank
you
you.
mentioned that you all just finished that. I believe you all were in Atlanta.
Hmm.
So I saw that next year you all are going to Vegas.
All the way, sir. And what happens in Vegas will not stay in Vegas. I'm telling you, it's going all over the world. It's gonna be special for us to go to Vegas and have our championship weekend. And when I say our championship weekend, there's so much going on that you
Yeah.
can't attend it all. I mean, we
Yeah.
have a 3-on-3 tournament that's a cash tournament. We have our owners meeting. We have the Final Four. We have the All-Star game. We have the three-point competition, slam dunk competition, the championship game, a party. I mean, it's it's so
Man,
much going on, and I can't even begin to tell you how much we're going to do. And we're going to be in Vegas. I don't think it's gonna be ordinary. I mean, we are gonna rock the wheels off of that thing. It's gonna be outstanding. And I'm still gonna be a preacher, but it's gonna be special. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say, I'm saying it's gonna be special.
disclaimer.
They don't let me go to the fun stuff, Kyle. You know,
Oh
they
man.
let me come and stand out there and be important. They say, okay, Pastor, go back home. But I'm gonna get mine
Oh.
in. Just trust me. I'm a pop a balloon or do something. I'm not gonna be just sitting there reading a book. I guarantee you. I'm gonna go see Michael Jackson or somebody gonna be doing
Hey,
something.
that whole
Yes.
part.
But
That's what's
but
up,
really,
man.
really, I want to encourage all of your fans. We're talking about the middle of April. You need to clear your schedule so that you can come and be a part of that weekend. It's not just about the teams, it's about the fans, it's about the families that come. When I tell you we had people in Atlanta from Vermont, we had people in Atlanta from Phoenix, we had
Man.
people in Atlanta all over the country that traveled to be a part of that weekend. And when I talked to them as they were leaving, they were like, "We can't wait till next year." You know,
Wow.
we can't wait till that. Buffalo brought a whole busload of people. You would think they
Man.
wanted to just fly in. They had a whole fan bus that rode from Buffalo, New York to be in Atlanta, and they didn't come to be quiet. I mean, they they were
Yeah,
lit
they
from the
live,
time
man.
they got off the bus. I mean, they came to take care of business and just came second short. So I mean, it's a great experience, and I hope that everybody will plan to be there. Let's pack it out. Let's make it a great experience, and don't miss the opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So understanding that it's next year, do we have a place in mind already, or we just know it's going to be in Vegas?
Still in negotiations on the actual venue,
Okay.
but yeah, we won't be in the Sphere, uh, and
It's all good.
and I do know that
Yeah.
we did have some other ones, so I won't scoop myself, but there are some other substantial venues that are in talks. But it's going to be driven by who's coming.
Absolutely.
Those of you all that are coming to be a part of that weekend, put pressure on me. Put
Oh
pressure
yeah.
on me that we need that maximum capacity so that we can sell it out and make some noise in Vegas next year.
Man, that's awesome. I'm kind of glad you're not gonna be at the Sphere. I was watching a podcast not too long ago where the president of the UFC, he was talking about the Sphere, and he was like, "Yeah, I might not do that one again." So I was like, and I know they got it. I know they got it. But
It's kind of
yeah,
weird. Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
is
It's a
what it
lot.
is.
It's a
But
lot.
yeah, man. So I think my next question would be, and it's a petty question, but it's just an honest question. Um, with the ABA and the Stars, and like I said, I've been to a few games down here, and
Hmm.
really good ball players in the league. And I know you all have an all-star team or a first team and things of that nature. Do you think, and I know this is a biased question, I already know the answer, but I have to
Hmm.
ask it. Do you think the ABA's first team could take on the G League's first team and win the game?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But no hesitation.
No hesitation at all.
None, none. Full throated. There's not that much difference between those players.
Mm,
Those players, the biggest difference that you're gonna see from the player that's in the G League All Star or first team and the ABA All Stars is going to be probably their college background.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the difference. The guy that comes out of Duke, uh, the guy that comes out of Michigan, and hey, I didn't get drafted, but I'm gonna still hang around. That's the guy that the G League picks up because they're those guys.
Right.
But you know, and I know that there are some guys that come out of SEMO and
Yeah.
some guys that come out of Middle Tennessee
Yeah.
that don't get the same type of shine that those big schools get that will bust your head
Yes.
and they're hungry
Yeah.
or even from some other mid-major schools and they're hungry and determined and they have something to prove because they don't believe the hype
Yeah.
and so they're coming in there with a chip on their shoulder and nothing to lose. And our guys are going to show up in that situation every time. I accept the challenge on behalf. I officially accept the challenge anytime that the G League want to lace up against us and make that happen. I will make it happen. Let's get it. Uh, you
Hey,
heard it
you
here
know I'm gonna
first.
clip this up.
Yeah.
You know
You
I'm gonna
heard it
clip
here
this up.
first. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. And I guarantee you, no shade, but seriously, I
Absolutely.
guarantee you that our guys are going to show up in that moment. And it's no given that nobody should think that our guys aren't going to be competitive on a high level on that stage.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You already know I'm clipping that up. I'm
Go for it, bro.
absolutely gonna clip it up.
Go for it.
So
Yes. My
but
name
yeah,
is Damon
man.
Cannon. I approve of this message. Amen.
There it is. Now
I
that's how
do.
you sign it off right there.
Yes, yes,
Man, that's
yes.
awesome. Well, man, I appreciate this time, man. I appreciate you taking the time from being the president and owner of 3 or 4 teams, and then the president of the actual league to take, some time out of your busy schedule to do this podcast interview with me. Truly a blessing. Truly appreciate it. Definitely won't be our last time talking. That's for
Good.
sure. Very excited about what the league is going to be doing here in the near future. Um, any closing thoughts?
This is who we are. This is who we are. We're like no other. We are the ABA. And it's because of who we are that we have time for every podcast, for every webcast, for every personal interview that you have, or even just to take a quick shot for the gram. We're here for that. We're here to be what you need us to be in your community. And I encourage you to follow the ABA all across this country, whether you're in Houston or wherever you are across the country, or you got a cousin in Mississippi, make sure that you are following the ABA. There's probably a team in your area. And if you would go to realabaleague.com, realabaleague.com, or follow us on the socials at Real ABA League. We are there. We really treasure and appreciate you. We do this for you, for your city, for your town, for the league, for each other. And we're in this. There's no one like us nowhere. We're like no other. We are the ABA. Thanks for having us. And I'm looking forward to next time.
Man, absolutely, man.
Can we
Until
get
next
you
time.
locked in? Can we get you confirmed? You're going to be broadcasting live from championship weekend in Vegas. Can we get a lock on that?
You know what? You know what? I tell you what, you bring me and my wife out there, I got you.
All right. You heard it here. That's 2 scoops in one podcast.
I'm telling you.
That's two
You
scoops.
bring us
We
out
are
there, I
there.
got you.
All
We're gonna
right.
make it
All right.
happen. I'm causing all type of stuff when I get out there too. So I'm always with the shenanigans. So I love it
Yes,
though.
sir.
I love it. So,
Let's
but
make it
yeah,
happen.
yeah, man. Thank you everybody for joining us. This has been Boss Conversations. As I always say, always do business, but always do business well. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.